Life Gain has a brand new look today because we are taking a look at the possibility of going wide instead of tall. And we check out a sweet new card from Lorwyn, giving us one of the best Life Gain draw engines out there. Guys, today we have a brand new way to take a look at Life Gain thanks to the new Lorwyn Eclipse drop that just happened today, and I'm so excited because we're taking a look at one of the cards that most excited me when I first saw it from the set. I may be mispronouncing this one today. I'm calling this card Bree. I know it could be Bray. I'm not too sure which way it's going here, but anyways, I love this card. One of my favorite cards as far as artwork goes. I love this card. This card is interesting because it's a 4-mana 4/4, but it's a draw engine of sorts. But basically, it has an ability. You can tap it down, give flying and lifelink to another creature, and then based on how much life you gain that turn, you're going to search the top of your deck to hit a permanent, and you can either play that spell for free if it meets the threshold mana value wise to how much life you gained, or you put it in your hand. So no matter what, you're drawing a card. Even if you gain just one life, you're drawing a card at least. But most of the time in this deck, we're going to be gaining a lot more than just one life. And that's because I'm going with a different kind of strategy. We went away from the Ajani's Pridemates and the Essence Channelers, and we're going more of the go wide strategy. We're playing things like Headliner and Voice of Victory, two cards that I think are extremely good here because they're going to go extremely wide, create a lot of bodies. And because we have really good enter the battlefield triggers for life gain, like the Sanctifier for instance, we're going to be gaining a lot of life in a single turn. Not to mention, as you can tell, we are running the Leyline of Hope. So every time we gain one life, we're really going to be gaining two. But the Leyline of Hope is the win con here on this deck because it's going to be the one way it's going to pump up our entire field and power and be able to run over the opponent. And if we don't find it early in the opening hand, that's okay. Bree will hopefully put it back on the battlefield for free later. We got, the brand new card Sentry. This card is really cool because it's able to put spells onto the battlefield for free as well. When it attacks, because we're going wide, we're going to be able to put down free creatures at a pretty high clip thanks to its ability. If you guys don't know this card, basically when it attacks, based on a number of creatures attacking, you get to put a creature on the battlefield with that much mana or less. And then we've got the Anim, of course, because we're, again, going wide in Boros. So the wider we go, the more life we gain. And then the Resplendent Angel actually ends up hitting a lot in this video today. And it's very consistent in this deck because of how much life we're gaining per turn. We're basically just trying to outscale the opponent, outlive them, and eventually, with our angels, with our little 1/1s, they're going to grow really big thanks to the Leyline, and we're going to run them over. But very excited to try out the new Bree. I think this deck is really decent, and I think it's quite competitive. So we're going to jump right into it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you at the end. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are playing our very first deck list in the brand new standard with Lorwyn, and we are running Bree today. I'm actually so excited about this deck list. I've been waiting to play this card. I really have. Let me start out with the Uneaten Feast here. I would have probably played the Headliner first because it can start, getting me some 1/1 counters onto the battlefield, or 1/1 tokens, gaining me some life, but we're gonna have to wait for right now. Okay, this actually was a really good top deck. Now I can start getting some free spells, hopefully. I don't love that they're gonna have a ton of Seam Rips and Sheltered by Ghosts. And I don't necessarily have a great answer for the Aerialist once it gets in the air, but hopefully I can out-life gain their attacks and maybe create some angels down the road to make some blocks. But this thing can get really far out of control. We'll see. Kind of want to keep hitting land drops if I'm being honest. Keep hitting land drops and then get down my angel this next turn, hopefully. Ugh, okay. That's what I was worried about. Kind of don't love that for me. All right, things have changed a little bit. Let's go with I don't know. Let's go with Sanctifier and Sanctifier. Yeah, I think that's the play. I don't want to show them the Headliner just yet because the Headliner is one way that I can get, the Aerialist off the battlefield by blowing it up down the road, but it is going to cost me 4 mana just in ward cost to get rid of it. So gonna be pretty tricky. Not looking good for us, guys. Off to a pretty rough start here, but I have faith. I do. Bree is a nasty card. Our deck is a little bit, slow to get going, but once it's all, got all of its pieces on the field, it gets crazy. It's ethereal armor. Yeah, I expect this thing to get extremely big. They're probably running some protection too, like Shard Mage's Rescue in hand. So gonna leave some mana open, it looks like. Okay. It is something that can get me more creatures onto the battlefield faster. So let's do that. Okay, maybe they're running Get Lost or something. Something's holding priority here. Could be a flashed in creature. I doubt it though. I mean, it's mono white auras. It just seems like it's probably going to be the priority stick for Shard Mage's Rescue, but I really don't want to chance it. They could flash in a creature here. They do. Okay. Spider-Man. A 3/2. Glad I waited for that. And it's another Sheltered by Ghosts. I really needed that Sentry, man, because I'm trying to get my Resplendent Angel to trigger its angels, right? And that's going to be really tough to do if I can't get, you know, enough life gain per turn, which these guys will accomplish that when I swing through and stuff, but it would have been a lot faster had I been able to get that down. Oh, man. Opponent is cooking right now. And I cannot find a third land drop to save my life. I do have 24 lands. I shouldn't be having any issues drawing my third land drop here, but I am having a lot of issues drawing it. Leyline of Hope is pretty cool. Obviously down the road, that's going to be the win con. Again, I'm just trying to stay alive and outgrow, hopefully, the aerialist. I kind of need them to full send though, so I can send my Voice of Victory in. Please? No? Oh, man. Okay. I need to send my Voice of Victory in so I can get some flyers. I keep saying that though, assuming I'm going to get a third land drop, but I'm probably not. Okay, there it is. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I mean, if I send this in, I get an angel. That's cool, but how good is that really when, yeah, this is tough. This is tough. If I do this, I can't. You know what? It's just gonna have to be this for now, I guess, until I can blow up that Spider-Man or something. Something. We know they have Shard Mage's Rescue. We know that this can sacrifice to give everything else indestructibility. Just waiting on the opponent to pass the priority and say, okay. All right, so we gain 3 life. We're still in it, guys. I'm telling you, life gain is the best for, you know, these grindy matchups and stuff. We can stay alive long enough, we'll be all right. All right, no attacks, play defense. I did activate my case, which is great news, because if things start to die or I decide I want to block with them, I can bring them back from the graveyard. If I get another land drop here, I don't think I can resist. I think I'll end up playing Leyline of Hope. I think that's the move. This thing has ward 6, right? Yeah, I believe so. What's all attached to it? Yeah. All right, and it's another Sheltered by Ghosts, and they take a Voice of Victory. Why not? I really need them to full send though. That Spider-Man, I hate to say it, but I don't think they're gonna send that in at any time, which is kind of making my life a little bit more difficult. All right, we're down to 3. I need to get moving here, man. We got the land. Ooh, that's tough. It's really not as tough as it seems, though. I kind of have to play this now based on my life total that I'm currently sitting at. I'm gonna have to play this. So we will gain 3. I need to attack in with at least a Voice of Victory here. Just waiting for the opponent. All right, this will give me 2 flyers. Still waiting on the opponent. They just holding that priority, unfortunately, which, you know, it is what it is. Send this in. It's gonna get blocked. I am gonna gain 2 more though. Get the 4/4 Angel. And I can block pretty well now. At least for 1 turn. Let's pretend like I have a spell I'm going to cast on them. Maybe it'll stop them from doing it. No, they do. It's a nice little bluff you can try, touching your cards, because when you touch the cards, the opponent sees your hand highlight and light up. So sometimes if you touch your hand, it'll make them second guess, like, well, maybe they got a burn spell or something, but they have Shard Mage's Rescue. They're not too concerned about that. All right, we're in the air and we're blocking. Let's go. Now we just need a Bree. Can I get a Bree so I can start getting free spells? That'd be nice. Realistically, though, I should probably just play Leyline of Hope. Swinging with the Headliner should gain me enough life, because it's going to be 2. Yeah, it's going to be 2 for 6 life gain. I get another Angel. That seems good. I might be able to keep them from attacking into me after this next turn. If I let the 8 powered Weaver get through. Aerialist, I mean. If it gets through and I let it get through, we're going to live. And then... Interesting. Okay, so they're sending that. So what's the craziest thing they can do here? Give it indestructibility. I mean, we know they have Shard Mage's Rescue, right? So let's just hypothetically say they drop a rescue on us. That's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, it would be 15 because of the ethereal armor gets 1 power too. So I'm going to have to block, which will, though, force the opponent. It will force them into using the Shard Mage's Rescue. So I guess there's that. I guess I don't have to. They could sack their Spider-Man too, but I doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, I figured that would be the move. See, it would have been exactly 15 damage. That would have been really bad. Okay. That's a bummer. I mean, at least we got everything out of their hand, but that is a huge bummer. All right, here we go. Voice of Victory's cool, but I think this is the play. I think that's the move. We send in the Headliner. And we really hope that our top decks from this point forward are absolute gasoline. All right, so we're getting 2 life per trigger here now. Again, just this priority stick holding from the Spider-Man, being able to give indestructibility to everything. Tough one, man. Tough first game, I will say. Things not exactly going according to plan at the moment, but that's okay. We're going to be gaining twice as much life now on everything, which I think is going to be enough to keep us, you know, really competitive here. Especially because we're going to get the power creep too pretty soon from everything, from the Leyline of Hope. So if they swing through before they play their spell in hand, if it's a land, I hope they play it now so I know. Yeah, see, not having the information on that is actually really scary, because it's like it could be a pump spell, and if it is, they could end up winning the game. But if I just let them get through, there's a chance I have better potential blocking the next turn. Like right now, I'm only taking 15 damage, right? But if this ends up being like a Shard Mage's Rescue and they get super lucky, we just lose the game. Am I willing to chance that, you know? Okay. Didn't seem like there's a stick here. Man. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna risk it. I'm letting it go. All right. Works out in our favor. Let's go. Okay, so I can get another Voice of Victory back from the yard. First, let's do this, though, so we can get some life gain off of the case, and then we'll sacrifice the case here. Sacrifice the case. Grab the Voice of Victory. I'd really like to see my new spell, though. Like, you know, my my Kithkin, my Bree, that's what it's called, the Bree. Yeah, swing in with this. This does not have first strike, so I am able to double block it this turn. I'm gonna get another body, by the way, from the Angel, so we will get some more life gain triggers here. I am very curious to know what that last spell they had in hand is. I'm guessing it's a land and they're just trying to fake me out. But if it is a land here, they can play it and then fake me out again and potentially hold the last card in hand as if they have another spell. If they didn't play that last spell though, I'm almost certain it's gotta be a land, right? Because what other, there's not a spell in their arsenal that they wouldn't want to cast, I would imagine. Looks like they've got another aura. Hopefully it's not a Sheltered by Ghosts. Anything but that, please. Another airless, that's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, they're trying to play tricky here. They definitely don't have anything. And even if they do, I'm still willing to take this risk here. Aha, you don't have anything. Got him. We definitely got him now. Don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Oh, they're going for it anyways. Okay. Okay. Oh, they do have the indestructibility from Spider-Man. I'm just realizing. They still don't utilize it though. Beautiful. Beautiful. Not utilizing the Spider-Man indestructibility. Good news for us. Bad news for us. We drew a land. Of course we did. Now we don't need lands. That's all we're going to get. Okay, so if I swing through with this, I am going to gain obviously 1, 2, 3, 4. I gained 4 life, which isn't enough. But if I swing through both of them, they both would die, but then I'd get some 3/3s. Okay, well, that's not good either. This needs another land in order to trigger its ability to gain life. Okay, I'm sending them both. I think I have to. At least I'm going to go above the threshold, I believe, on the Leyline of Hope. I think 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh yeah, we're well above the threshold. Okay, so now my flyers are much more sizable, and I'm going to get another one too. Definitely worth it. And then next turn, even if I draw into another land, I can just activate my Angel's life gain abilities here. All right, they're going to gain a lot of life. That's a net positive for them overall, which I'm well aware. All good. All right. That works. Now we can keep up. Now we can keep up with that enormous power scaling that they've got going on over there. And even if they send in their big guys and hypothetically give that, you know, indestructibility to them and blow up a couple of my flyers, I can then return that favor by attacking with my Resplendent Angel with lifelink and get another body, and it's going to be all good. I think we're completely fine here. That does have reach though. That's annoying. This thing though gives flying too, doesn't it? But only, okay, it can gain flying. Something to consider. I really would like to get these guys back if possible. I mean, I'd be willing to block for sure. But again, that Spider-Man makes things a little bit tricky, doesn't it? Well, they're still not attacking anyways, which does make my life pretty miserable here, I'll be honest, because I can't do much of anything. I was really hoping they would attack into us, but I'm kind of at the mercy of them not doing anything right now. If I pump this up, it goes to 7, and yeah, there's no shot I'm doing that, obviously. I will create a fish token, I guess. Gain a little bit more life, maybe sacrifice it to draw another card next turn. I don't know why I can't seem to find my draw engines here. I do have 2 Halias, and then I've got, what is it, like 4 Breeze, so 6 draw spells. All right, they draw a card, and then they are going to get double strike on something in the next turn or two, so I do expect them to get a little bit more aggressive. How do they have 3 aerialists on the field, man? And I haven't found 1 Bree. Come on. Help me out here, game. It's pretty wise that they're actually pumping up this aerial list without any sort of sheltered by ghosts on it, because that's that's a creature you can send in pretty comfortably and not worry about giving me anything back, so. All right, so this thing gives everything indestructibility. Creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructibility. Okay, so how much damage is this? We got 11, 16, or no, I'm sorry, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25. 25 damage. I say we force this to use its ability. I do. I think we force that. Let's force it out of him. All right. I think they might have drawn another one though. Let's be real. So, you know what I'm going to do too? I'm going to stop them from gaining any more life here. And I'm just going to sacrifice this one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sure. And because this had first strike, they actually didn't even need to do the indestructibility, which is kind of funny. All right, sweet. We finally draw into Bree. All right, let's pay the life for this. Let's bring the Bree down. And I want to make sure I'm triggering this. So I'm going to also create the fish token. This go over the top for sure. Go ahead, block it. And then I'm gonna get a free spell now. Now with the Bree down, everything is gonna change completely. We're gonna start getting free spells off the top here. It's gonna be really, really nice. Perfect. It couldn't have been a better spell. Let's go. Let's go. That could not have been a better find. I think we got him, guys. I think we got him. Now, that does have double strike. We probably should block it. We should probably block it. Go ahead. You got it. They're up to 100 life. But guess what? I feel like I'm winning. That may seem crazy, I know, but it does feel like I'm kind of winning this one. All right, fish token. Fish token. These fountain ports really coming in clutch, huh? You know what? You want to block? You want to block it? I don't think you do. And then I get 2 more angel tokens. Bree goes off for another spell, hopefully getting me another ley line of hope or something. The only thing I kind of regret, just because of this particular matchup, is cutting the sheltered by ghosts. We did have that in the deck, but this deck needed a lot more gasoline, so I needed to add a lot more bodies that could create more tokens for me, and it's been working a lot better. And I don't regret it, because even though we don't have the shelter by ghosts, we got the board established now. So like I said, this is a deck that does get a little bit slow, slow out of the gates, but when it picks up steam, it picks up some serious steam. All right, we're just gonna keep going with the fish tactic until we're wide enough, maybe, or like maybe we get enough ley line of hopes. Free spells. I love free spells. And it's a feast. All right, what's in the yard? All right, I can get some value out of that next turn for sure. For sure. Now this could give flying and lifelink to a target until the end of turn. Not that that matters right now, but just something to think about in the future. The survivor can exile cards from my graveyard, but it would have to tap. Now they're gonna invest into the survivor or what? Nah, the aerialist. Okay. Man, unfortunately, because I can't answer those, it's just gonna become a bit of a headache to try to figure out how to get through this defense they have here, though. Just because they have lifelink tied to their bodies, I could swing through and start sacrificing the tokens that they choose to block with the lifelink body. Something I can do. That's also something I can do. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This has ward 2, 4, 6. Hold the phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I've got this. Wait, hold on. It deals damage to a number of creatures you control. Yeah, it should be enough, right? Because we got 5, 10. Yeah, we got plenty. Pay, and pay. Oh my goodness. We forgot about that removal spell, didn't we? We forgot about that spicy one. Okay. They say good game. Yeah, good game. We got them. Even though they got to 100 life, we ended up winning that game. That's insane, man. Whew. Bad start, great finish. See, it's not about how you start the game off. It's about how you finish, man. That was a good game. This hand it does have the ley line. I gotta say, it does have the ley line. I would imagine I would top deck something that can gain me life, right? Like, this should be okay, I think. I hope. I really hope so. I don't know what these 2 land starts are about, but it is what it is. I can't turn down a ley line on turn 1. I just can't. Opponent taking a look at the ley line in depth here. Oh, that's why. They're pretty upset about that. They don't want to see any life gain. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It's a bad matchup for them. Mono red. This is the yin to your yang, man, unfortunately. I mean, assuming I can find a 3rd land drop. Let's not get too excited. We do need a 3rd land drop. All right, you got it. I'm not gonna block because I don't want to get hit with a play with fire of some sort. I always say play with fire like it's like 4 years ago, you know? Yeah, Angel. Oh, they don't even have any instant speed. Okay. I guess they just wanted to get the 1 damage through with the Hired Claw passively. Because even if I would have blocked, we wouldn't have, you know, it wouldn't have died. So I get it. All right. So starting next turn, I bring down the Halia, swing through with Voice of Victory, start creating some Angels, and GG. Assuming the opponent doesn't blow it up with a lightning strike of some sort. They're pretty confused right now because there's no, you know, life gain engines, but just you wait. Just you wait. I'd really appreciate if you stopped touching my cards and just play your own spells. That'd be cool. Progress your own board a little bit. Maybe don't disrupt mine, please. Man, I don't understand what's happening right now. Because if they have the burn spell, why not just throw it on there, you know? Just get it out there. Do it. Pick one and go. You got good options both ways. I'm not playing around with this. You got it. Well, you're gonna pump the Hired Claw. I hope they pump the Hired Claw. It would make my life so much easier. Like, just, I know you have 1 mana, you can't burn my thing out, and we're good. Right now, it's just it's a mystery of all. Okay, cool. Thank you. Cool. Now, if you got a Burst Lightning or whatever, it can't hurt me. Everything's got 3 toughness, so we're good. All right, get in there. There it is. There it is. And just like that, we're back to 20 life. And next turn, we're gonna be at the threshold for Leyline of Hope. And I imagine the game will be over. This whole go wide sort of strategy with this deck is so much fun to me. I like that it's a lot different than the going very tall with you know, a Johnny's Pride mates and stuff. I like this a lot more. Quite honestly, I think it's a little bit more fun. This person could have the record for the slowest mono red player I've ever played against. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, they can't really attack now. I guess they could if they really wanted to, but all right, here we go. Pretty simple, simple turn for me. No, well, should I be? I mean, I guess I can be pretty aggressive, can't I? The sentry's down. I haven't really had a ton of success today with the sentry. I do like that it has the lifelink and first strike body. I think that's amazing. But I haven't had a ton of success with it today. It's been a little bit hit or miss. Okay. Slick shot's pretty scary. And the blue mana throws me off too. This was definitely not what I thought it was. This seems like a deck that wanted to maybe plot this and then do some fire bending stuff too and try to one-shot me. So they didn't have the greatest of starts, because if that's the deck they're playing, it didn't quite pull off what they were hoping for. All right, I think we're pretty safe to block here. I think they're just gonna pump it. If I hit a land drop, I'm still one short of being able to pump my angel up with lifelink, so that's out of the question. But at the same time, I kind of want, you know, keep hitting land drops. But I think what I really want here is a Bree. Yes, we got the Bree. Oh my gosh, you ask, you shall receive. I do need to gain life in order to use it though. So let's send this in, and I'm gonna have to send this in just so I can get down another angel. All right, so we know we're gonna lose the sentry, but I gained the 2 life, which does allow me to use Bree's ability, which is all I'm really looking for. I need some sort of engine to gain me life here. Oh, okay, that works too. Guess I get to keep the sentry then. Nice. And GG's, perfect. I was gonna get a free spell with Bree. More than likely, a 3 mana spell is, you know, it was gonna go to the battlefield. So, good stuff. All right, so we get a really good opening hand here, minus the actual life gain tool, but this hand has a very solid curve. We got the ley line. I believe. I need you guys to believe with me though, because my belief doesn't really mean a whole lot. What do I play first? I think we're gonna do this first. These lands are kind of throwing me off here. The air temple coming in tapped is going to be brutal, I think. Maybe I cut the air temple. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty good card, though. I always like throwing in one air temple when it comes to like going wide strategies. The opponent, though, playing out this land always scares me that it's going to be Kona. It could be. No, it's Merfolk. Okay, that's different. I like it. I like it. They're going to tap that to get the counter off of it. Nice. And I am gonna sneeze. Excuse me. That's the card I'm looking for. Let's play it, and then let's drop the air temple. Love that for us. Let's go. Love that for us. Okay, so if I play the Resplendent Angel, that's gonna be gain 2, gain 4 off of the headliner. It's not enough. So maybe I play the land tapped, go Voice of Victory, and then just go Bree after that, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, I think the play is Voice of Victory next, because the way we're curving out here seems to be the right call. Because if I play Resplendent Angel, I'm only going to gain 4 in the single turn, which isn't going to be enough to trigger the Angel. But man, we're having a really good start here. This is one of the better starts we've had, so going second is the only way that you know, we get slowed down enough to lose this one. I'm okay with taking quite a bit of damage. We know this, so we eat this. And the opponent with untap the creature. Okay, that's fine. And then they're gonna tap it again to get the last counter off of it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Seems a little greedy. Gain some life. I'm not blocking, so send it. Send it. Perfect. We're at 22. I don't have a very good blocker here against a 5-4, but that's okay. At least this next turn, if they want to get aggressive, which I'm sure they will, maybe I can swing through with both my headliner and my victory and play an angel at the worst case scenario. Best case scenario, I play the Bree and start getting free spells. But the Merfolk, if they leave up mana, could get a little scary because you never know what they're going to flash in, you know? Merfolks can be built in so many different ways, and that's kind of what makes it the scariest. Okay, they tap down my Voice of Victory, but create another token of this guy. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Well, now I definitely want the Bree because Angel not going to be able to get its life again. Nice, let's go. Got the Bree. Get in there. Now, no matter what we top deck, even if it's a 4-mana spell, we get to use it. I don't have anything more expensive than that, so let's go. I'll take it. I love this card, man. This card is so cool, and it's definitely my favorite art. Like, there's not even it's not even close. This is my favorite art on a card in a long time, actually. I think it's so cool. Very, very cool. Who did the art on this one? I don't usually look, but Jesper Ising. Okay. I gotta check out some more of those cards from that artist because big fan of that one. All right, they're taking damage. Oh, it's Elspeth. Oof. Elspeth is fine though. They're gonna probably give flying and everything here. Go for it. And then, oh, they're not. They're taking out the Bree, of course. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? Well, this is bad. I mean, I could get over the threshold this turn and just pump my field like crazy with 2 ley lines. Like, if I play a second ley line here, these guys all go to what, 5/5s? Shoot, let's do it. Get him! Get him! Yeah! How about now? All right. Didn't get a ton of value out of Bree, unfortunately, but hey, pretty big win there. Pretty big win. All right, we got the opponent going first. This hand is not keepable. I am playing another game here. I probably shouldn't be because I think we're at the threshold of what I normally post, but I was on a losing streak earlier today, and so it feels good to be winning. So I'm gonna play one more. This is where I end up losing, but that's okay. We've been having a really good run. I'm very curious on what I should throw away here. I mean, again, how do you pick when this curve looks this good, you know? The curve looks so good, and I don't want to throw away a land. 3 is perfect. Oh man, it feels like I should probably just throw away a land though, because the opponent's going first, right? So I mean, yeah, the opponent's going first. Let's throw away a land. I'm banking on the land drops here. This is probably wrong though. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I made the perfect call. Maybe I made the perfect call. I hate throwing away a 3rd land to go to 2 there. That's really bad. But again, I wasn't really concerned about getting to the Bree on 4. I was more concerned I need to make sure I get to that Anim. And I think we could have gotten to that 3rd land pretty easily just because going second, you're on the draw, you know, you get that extra card. Have I been wrong on that before? Many times. And if I threw away anything else other than the land there and then top decked that, that would have felt so bad. Oh man, I don't think I can beat this. I don't have an answer to stop that from getting through, and that will scale upwards to like 100+ damage very, very fast. So yeah, that's not good. That is not good. I think we're donezo. Well, we had a good run. We had a good run. Just ran into the wrong match here. It wouldn't be so bad if I had Sheltered by Ghosts. You really probably should have Sheltered by Ghosts in this deck. You should probably make some concessions for it. But again, I kept running into games where like I'd have it, and then for whatever reason I couldn't find a creature to put it onto that made sense. And a lot of my things were little for a long time until the end of the game. And by the time I was able to get my creatures big enough to swing through with it, they were already destroying my creature and taking their thing back. It just wasn't working very well in this particular build, so we cut it. Here comes the sack land. I really don't know what's taking the opponent so long here. It's a pretty straightforward line, it seems like. Play the Fabled Passage or the Evolving Wilds or whatever. There you go. Same thing. Crack it. Swing through. I don't block. My turn. All right, 16 damage. Actually, you know what? I do block. What am I saying? What am I saying? It's kind of my only hope, right? Man. I guess it's this. I guess. I really didn't get any sort of a Nim plays going this entire video. I really wish I would have, man, because I feel like a Nim could go crazy with this combo too. Maybe I need to put a fourth Nim in this deck, but I just don't want to draw a second one, you know, legendary, you know, legend rule and stuff like that. Just doesn't seem very smart to throw in another one. Okay, so right here they've got 8 damage exactly, so I'm gonna have to block, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we lost. We lost. Plus they have clearly they have like a Snakeskin Veil or Defend the Rider or something like that, so even if I was at, you know, 1 life there, I still have to block because you gotta expect them to have that. All right, I think we're good to concede. I mean, we had a heck of a run. I'm happy. I think the deck performed extremely well. I would love to see maybe, you know, some ideas from you guys on like where you would squeeze in that Sheltered by Ghosts, because I mean, it seems like it's the right call, of course, but when I'm running so many things that are so little, it doesn't really make. I mean, I guess I could cut Sentry. Maybe I cut Sentry. I do want to play it, obviously, because it's a new card. Maybe I forced this one a little bit. Yeah, maybe we cut Sentry and add that Sheltered. I think that could be interesting. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. And if not, we'll see you tonight, maybe on the live stream. Peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.